Skyblock is fun, SMPs are fun, let's combine them into the very first Skyblock SMP called Skyblock Kingdoms. Oh, this one's a little different and you're gonna love it. We're teaming up in pairs of 2, each group gets their own tree type and there will be absolutely not allowed to plant any other tree except for your own. I'm in the Dark Oak Kingdom, teaming up with my good pal VikingPilot.
Me?
Let's see what we can get into. Oh, yeah, it's time for day 2 already. Well, I decided I should dress up for the occasion as I'm finally back on another SMP. Oh, I am psyched. So look, this is day 2. I skipped the whole island waiting for saplings to grow, and we now have a little bit of a base. Let me show you around. In the first day, we were able to make a small dark room and kill enough spiders to make at least a couple beds so we can sleep through the night. Very helpful in Skyblock as mobs spawn everywhere. Started to collect some cobblestone thanks to our double cobblestone generator, and hey, we have some animals too. After the first day, I had to go to work, so Viking was on his own for a little bit, and look at what this dude did. With a little bit of help, they built a giant mob spawner on day 1. Awesome. My goodness, this is so much better than the first way, which was kill 2 mobs, walk back like 30 blocks, go back, kill 2 mobs again. This is amazing. Oh man, once you get a little bit of iron, some hoppers, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this is awesome. I found a book though, and it says, hear ye, welcome to Skyblock Kingdoms. This land void consists of 9 unique kingdoms, each with its own resource monopoly. Your first goal should be to reach the center island. The first kingdom to reach the center island will receive a special award. Good luck expanding your kingdom's influence and try not to fall into the void. Happy Skyblocking, Viking. I think he made that for every team. Now, I actually happen to be with the man himself, so I kind of knew, but for y'all, so you get an idea of what we're going for here. Now it's time to get busy. Our number 1 resource, at least this early in the game, is going to be Dark Oak, and it is pretty slow to chop down. At least we got a 2x2 wood, though. Oh, my poor finger from holding the mouse button down to collect all this wood. I had to take a break, and I looked over there, and I saw there's an ancient city really close. I don't think it's under our island. It looks like it's under Jungle's island, but my goodness, there's a lot of resources there to be exploited. We do have a plan for the base, and you probably know what it is based on the thumbnail for this very video, but the first thing I gotta build is a frame, and it's gotta be a really big frame. The thing is, it's gotta be so big that 1 block frame is not gonna look right. It's gotta be at least 3. But if I need all that wood, that's 4 logs per block of frame, and I'm thinking the frame's gonna be about 320 blocks long. I need a break. So I wanna go check out, see what the other kingdoms are doing. First thing I came to was the Birch Kingdom. I don't know where anything is yet. I haven't figured it out, but it looks like they actually have a house. We have a platform, and they have a house. Birch is kicking our butt. I mean, come on, this is really impressive. They have, like, looking for expensive return on investment. Look at this. They have interior. Oh, man. Okay, we are behind. We got to get rolling. Let's go check out another kingdom. Okay, this is another platform kingdom, so I feel a little bit less bad. Cherry Kingdom is our next door neighbor, and they seem to be basically living on a platform with some trees growing on it. Okay, I can identify with that. I get it. Okay, cool. We're on par with Cherry, at least for now. Okay, so, King, how's it going?
Hello. Doing pretty good. How about you?
Good. So, we are in need of Crimson Root, and I heard that you are the man to talk to.
So, Crimson Root or Weeping Vines? Because I have both.
Oh, wait. Which one makes netherrack?
Honestly, until you mentioned it just now, I didn't know either of them made netherrack.
I know according to the rules of the server, we're not allowed to trade saplings, but I don't feel that roots fall into that. So I was wondering if I could get some starter root for a farm here, because we're going to need like thousands of netherrack.
What would you offer in return?
Well, we don't. We have potatoes or eggs or dark oak. That's kind of all. That's kind of all.
Okay. I really, really like dark oak. I love using it in my builds.
Oh, he really likes using his builds. Well, I had him there. The second he admitted that he loves Dark Oak, the second I knew that I had to trade. So we finally agreed. 4 stacks of Dark Oak logs for 32 vines. That's okay. I only needed 1 because it grows really fast and I can just keep planting over and over and over and over. The only deal that we made is that we can't sell netherrack because it's not our original resource. That's fine. I don't care about selling it. I just need a lot of it. Well, now that we have vines, it's time to build a big farm for it. Unfortunately, we don't have iron or any way to make pistons or redstone or any of that, so we're going to have to do a manual farm for at least now and maybe for quite a while. I think this should be pretty fast after I get at least enough vines to populate the farm. But okay, so we have a couple rows deep, and I have, well, you can just like kind of look up and hit it. Unfortunately, a lot of times when I hit it, I actually knock off the roots, so maybe I build it too low. It'll be okay for now. Oh my goodness, this is going to take forever. I vastly underestimated how few vines you get back and how few netherrack that actually makes. This isn't good. Regardless if I want to expand the vine farm later or not, I don't have enough vines to actually do that yet, so I gotta wait. And while I'm waiting, I think it's time to start actually framing the base. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, I keep running out of dark oak, so I'm gonna stop again and take a break back from framing the base to work on the vine farm. I gotta expand the height of it because every time I harvest them, I'm knocking off all of the source blocks, and that means I have to replant them and it takes twice as long. So, we gotta make this a little taller. Okay, the downside with expanding this is replanting them out there. Now, the good thing is I won't accidentally hit them. The downside is it's okay. I only have to do it once. Now it's time to work up the sides of this frame. We're going to go absolutely to build height from -64 the whole way up to 320. It's going to be a biggie. Starting to strip all the logs going across the top, 320 blocks wide. It's going to be a square. And I saw this. I don't even know what that is, but it looks cool. Maybe slime? Slime farm, maybe? I don't know. Slimes would be awesome. Oh, my goodness, but back to chopping wood. We only have 2 areas or 3 trees here. I did actually expand the dark oak farm, but it's tedious, and we're still using stone axes. Oh, man, I cannot wait to get some sort of iron at least. Oh, that'd be so nice. Okay, hold everything. Stop. What is this? A dangerous area? Osha? What? Okay, there's a book from Osha written by Avid. All right, let's see what this says. This hazard has been deemed unsafe by Osha. As such, must be removed or made safe within the calendar week, or be fined 64 logs from your kingdom. Who gave them the responsibility and the authority to tell us what to do? Get out of here with this, Osha. You know what? I don't even care. These pathways are just fine. You can't walk off it, and even if you do, it's Skyblock. Come on, it's part of the game. But I do want to walk over and see what this thing is. I wonder if my suspicion of slime farm is right. Boy, oh boy, sticky pistons. Oh. Okay, so I made it all the way down here, and I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I'm completely stuck. Oh, okay, that's a cool idea for a water elevator. Nice job, whoever built this. Okay, so I made it up to the top, and I still haven't seen any slime, so I don't actually know what this entire thing is. I mean, oh, look at that. Oh, never mind me. There are slimes. Oh, that's awesome. All right, fantastic. Okay, seriously, whoever built a fall with not water at the bottom has got to... Wait a second. What? Wait a second. Osha built the slime farm with no water at the end of a fall? Osha did it? What? All right, at this point now, since Osha violated its own rules, they have no authority over me. I have spoken. The end. I have always thought this would be a really cool idea to do is build an ant farm. And since we're in Skyblock and we have access the whole way down to -64 and the whole way up to 320, I thought, let's do an ant farm. Let's do a mega ant farm with like most of the biomes represented, underground, nether, even the end.
Because everyone's been like, what the heck are you doing? Can you give me a hint? I've been telling everyone I can't say anything. But now that it's in a video, we can start telling them what it is.
Yeah, I think we should do it. I think it'll be awesome. So I did the frame. I think the next thing we should do, so we can start to move this island, get rid of this island eventually, is build like the ground line. Then we can build some houses within it. But the whole thing is only going to be 3 blocks wide.
So open air concept, so to say.
Yeah. Totally open air. So like maybe I was thinking like the front of houses could be like the front on one side, and then we'd have 2 blocks of interior to build our interior.
Oh, it's a challenge. I see. Okay, I like that. I like that. That'll be really fun.
And then maybe a mountain in the middle, a couple different biomes. Yeah, I think it's
I
gonna be
love
awesome.
it. I love it. There's a new organization popping up. I'm calling it Asha. Looks like it's pronounced Asha.
Yeah.
Basically, we have to make sure all of our bridges are safe. Otherwise, they're gonna fine us a stack of logs every week.
Someone has a
They're
lot of
actually
leaves.
building their headquarters right now. So,
that close.
you know, I think
Great.
they're building a safety net right now.
Oh, great. So they're
But it's
going to be in
gonna be
all of
up a
our
bit
thumbnails with their monstrosity of a base. Great.
Exactly, yeah, with all their giant leaf blocks, yeah. Although they were, I guess it might be payback, I guess, for the giant. But we've made them a frame, you know? It's a frame for their thumbnails.
Listen, they can build above or below, or, oh, nope, I guess they can't. While I was working on some of the frame there, Viking massively expanded our vine farm because, yeah, we need a lot. It is not nearly big enough. So it's huge now. I'm going to lower the pathway half a block so that we can more easily harvest the vines from the side and harvest more than one at a time. You know, as of now, all the vines are just dropping down, and what you got to do is after you harvest them all, you just got to walk and collect. Surely there's a better way we can do this. Maybe some water streams? Yeah, right? We can do that. Everything changed, though, because Viking set us up an awesome iron farm. Just a simple, regular 3-village-sized iron farm in conjunction with Cherry and maybe another group. But regardless, we now have access to iron, so we can actually make buckets now to move water and lava and stuff around. Oh man, I am so glad I did this. So after one quick harvest, one time through using my new like scaffolding technique and all that kind of stuff, and now with the automatic collection device and 5 hoppers, I have almost a full double chest because all these hoppers are full too. So almost a full double chest of vine. Oh, it's amazing. Now, off camera, the Birch Kingdom has started a new business here, and basically they charge 4 stacks of your native log, and for that, you get a birch box. I don't exactly know what's in it, but I know that they mentioned they have a mending villager. We have no villagers. That would be really nice. So I signed up. It didn't take long, but we got our first birch box delivery, and inside there's some emeralds, a couple of wool, some lanterns, some glass. That's really nice, and a mending book. That is really great. That's really great. Okay, hey, so it's paying for itself. 4 stacks of log doesn't take that long to get from dark oak trees. But in the meantime, while I'm running back and forth between the Birch Kingdom and here and everywhere else, I am just collecting netherrack, and I already have so much. It's going great. We're going to be able to start building a lot sooner than I actually thought. This is really going quickly. Well, look, I made a deal with the Birch Kingdom, and basically I give them 4 stacks of wood every week, and then we get stuff. But look what we got.
A birch box. I mean,
Yeah. And
did you read the terms of service, Fix?
well, okay, so look, so I made a deal where you know we give them 4 blocks of wood, or 4 stacks of wood, and then they give us birch stuff. But what sold me, because at first I was like, I'm okay with birch. I'm not a birch hater, but you know we don't really need it. But they said, oh, we have a mending village. I was like, okay, deal.
Mending is pretty good.
It's pretty
Did
good.
you read the terms of service?
Why? What's up with the terms of service? Why? Did you read it? I no one reads that.
A 38-page terms of service. Fix. There's a single clause in there. There's so many clauses, but there's a clause in there that says, you have to build a shrine to Birch on VikingPilot's island. There's another clause in there that says they reserve the right to plant a birch tree on everyone's islands. There's also another clause that says you have to whisper sweet, sweet nothings to the birch to help make them feel loved.
Okay, so this went on and on and on. Apparently there are a lot of clauses that I did not know about. We're going to have to deal with that at some point in the future, but not now. In the meantime, though, in the least surprising development ever for me on this server, in this world, I am back to chopping dark oak trees. Forever and ever, this is what I do. I mean, with the frame done, now at this point, dark oak is just being used for basically expanding our platform, chests, all that kind of stuff. The next thing we're going to really need, though, is we need moss for a landscape. And to get moss, we need smooth stone to make moss. Now, this base, this ant farm, is going to be 320 blocks wide, and I'd like to have several different biomes. Now, the middle is going to be a mountain, so on the sides, I want to have at least a mesa, a desert, and maybe a plains, maybe a birch forest biome, a couple of things that sort of represent what's around us. You got to space it out right. So I drew up some concept art on our paint program here on the computer. I think you can see sort of what I'm thinking of. We're going to have the nether on the bottom, then the mines, and then the overworld biomes, maybe even the end up on top. Should be cool. Some pretty painful block placing later, and I think I have the outline done. We have just kind of some moss put down for the overworld, the mountain general shape. I didn't go all the way up because I want to leave room for the end if we decide to do that, and then a lot of room for underground for both the mines and the nether. This should look really cool. One of the things you definitely need in Skyblock, however, is villagers. Like, seriously, villagers are the only way to get a lot of stuff. And so I built a little 3-block wide church here inside of our ant farm for a couple clerics. Clerics are the only way to get glowstone, redstone, and a few other things, including lapis and some other stuff. So yeah, it's really important. So we have a church there. Now I just got to encourage my base mate, Viking, to get these villagers up in there somehow. And just like that, we got another small house because we actually need emeralds to make all those trades. And clerics are okay, they take zombie flesh, but farmers are going to be better. If we make a couple big farms, then we can trade carrots and potatoes and wheat for emeralds and then use those to trade with our clerics. So I built a little 3-block wide house for that. And eventually, under the moss layer, I'm going to need at least like 3 to 4 to 5 blocks of dirt under, and there's only one kingdom selling dirt right now, and that's spruce. Unfortunately, it's pricey. It's 1 oak log per dirt block. So basically a stack for a stack. It takes a while to farm oak, and I'm sure that's why they're using that as currency. Oh my goodness, I have walked so far around in circles looking for Spruce Kingdom. I have no idea where they are. We don't have any nether hub set up. This is painful. Go on an accidental server tour, but I got to check out all the different kingdoms. Well, most of the different kingdoms anyway, and I'm very impressed by all of them. Everyone is getting a lot of stuff done. Spruce, certainly also impressed. They have a whole airship island. Yeah, they've been busy. After making a trade for a little bit of dirt, although not as much as I would like, I really am in a place where I need more space. Yeah, I have this little space here for dark oak, but I need more. So I'm going to expand my tree farm to actually include oak as well for trading purposes. You know, I should say we have a deal because you might be thinking, hey, you're dark oak. Why are you doing oak? Every kingdom can do oak. That's sort of a universal wood, also used as like currency. So we're all able to farm oak, and then the individual wood types are all the rest. But while I'm in farming mode, I decided to actually go and get farming as well because I need the emerald trade for all the villagers that we're about to have. So I expanded even more. I got more dirt, so I now have 8 stacks of dirt. Put it all down for carrots and potatoes and wheat and sugarcane, and time to get going. I've been very productive. We now have dark oak farm, carrot, potato, sugarcane, wheat. Yeah, things are going great. Also added dripstone farm and a lava farm. Things are moving really, really well towards actually getting some serious Skyblock production going. Ooh, but speaking of production, Viking has been doing some work. We now have 5 villagers all set to be traded with. 2 farmers, 3 clerics. Yes, now, again, Now we can really get moving. A lot of building has been going sort of overground, but I think now it's time to get down into the mine. So I want to go under the moss layer and start building out where we're going to have some mines and some caves in our ant farm. But we do have a problem. Even though I got a lot of that put down, we're getting down into the deep slate layer. And to make deep slate in Skyblock, you need basalt. And to get basalt, you need lava and blue ice. And that's a whole nother grind. Yeah. Oh boy. Here we go. Now, I have a design of a farm that Mala Slime built on an old Skyblock server I was on a long time ago, and I want to do it again for here because it's an automatic TNT duper thing. The problem is you need a couple things. You need a lot of glass, and you need a coral fan, and those two things are really problematic for us this early in the game. The two things that are probably the most far away of all of it is a desert and a warm ocean, which we need for coral and to possibly find a sand island. Though even if we find a sand island, I think I need so much glass. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. However, while I'm sort of figuring out what to do, I did build a blacksmith because I'd like to have a couple things. I'd like to have a toolsmith down here where we can possibly get some diamond tool trades going. And also I'd like to have a place to trade some iron since our iron farm is working really well. So kind of a double whammy here. So there you go, Viking. There's another spot for a couple more villagers. Oh, I was made aware of something that I'm an idiot. I didn't need sand for glass. We have villager trades for glass, and once we get enough, we get some librarian villagers. Yeah, I should have been doing that all along. You know, eventually I do want to have a bunch of librarian villagers, but I don't yet. And you know who does? Yeah, spruce. Again, so we're trading a ton of dark oak just for the amount of glass that I need for my machine. It's a little painful. I'm looking forward to villagers of our own, but for right now, I'm glad to use spruce again. Another big component I need, though, is redstone. Luckily, that we actually are self-sufficient on, so I just need to make a few farmer trades, a few cleric trades, and all good for redstone. These crops are absolutely the key to villager trading for now. Now, eventually there are better ways, but for right now, crops are so nice in early game. Yeah, it feels good. At least we got a bunch of dirt too that we can maybe reuse for the farm later on. It's a funny thing though, with all these farms, it's like every time I want to build something, I have to come and check on the farms and collect all the dripstone, try to expand my dripstone farm, try to expand the lava farm. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to tend here. It is really, really cool to trade with villagers in their little half houses and stuff here, but I'm starting to think that we don't have nearly the amount of room that we're going to need for the farms and for the villagers. Like, I'd like to have like 10 cleric villagers, not 3. Yeah, we may have to rethink this just a little bit. Still working on harvesting vines because, yeah, we need so much netherrack. I mean, if you think about it, every vine I harvest is 1/4 of a single block of netherrack. Yeah, we need a lot. I didn't want to admit this, though. I had to go back to Spruce Kingdom again. First, it's a freaking long haul to get even there. But secondly, I have to use them again for another resource that they have, and that's ice. I need a ton of blue ice for the basalt. And that means I need a lot of compressed ice, which they only sell regular ice. It's expensive. It's really expensive. I had a quick meeting with Viking, who showed me his roller coaster he built for the villagers, and now we have farmers in the house, clerics in the church, and toolsmiths up in the blacksmith area. I am very impressed. We now have access to diamond tools, specifically pickaxe and axe. Oh, yeah. My next mission is I need soul soil for the basalt generator, and yeah, I think I know just where to get it, but I'll admit I'm a little scared. Now, the only way I know how to get down to this ancient city is through Jungle Kingdom, and you got to fall down through these little waterfalls, and they have slime blocks, and yeah, the whole thing is scary. Leading to a place that's scary. It's just everything is scary. I don't know if this place has been cleared out. There are tons of these skulk sensors. I haven't seen any shriekers yet that I'm aware of, but I am pretty nervous. So I just want to get enough soul sand. I think I need 27 and then get the heck out of here. This is crazy. Just like I suspected, under the portal, there's a whole bunch. So I'm going to get this stuff. I am sending off a skulk sensor every once in a while, and I just need to hurry. After a really, really nerve-wracking experience, I managed to get out without summoning a warden, so I am heading home. Okay, what I actually need is soul soil and not soul sand, but I learned I can make one of these campfires, and when you break it, you get soul soil back, regardless of if you make it with soul sand or soul soil. So that's what I'm going to do to get just enough that I can make this basalt generator with the blue ice. And one of the last components I need for this entire machine is I need slime. So I went back to that slime farm and killed a bunch of slimes, got slime blocks and enough slime for sticky pistons. Getting closer here, finally. Even though we technically do have access to a diamond pick, I actually don't have one yet, so I'm going to use this old bucket technique that speedrunners do to make a nether portal, because I still need a coral fan, and to get a coral fan, I got to travel really far. Fortunately, we have a seed that we all know, so I can look at a seed map and find out where there is a warm ocean. Unfortunately, it's quite far away, so I made a ton of cobblestone slabs, and I'm just going to be moving. Oh man, I mean far, really far. On the way there, though, I got distracted because I actually need a little bit of gold for some rails for this thing, I think, and I found that someone's already made a little zombie piglin killing and also bartering area, so it's a little awkward. I got to kind of find a place to throw the gold so that they'll trade, but I think this will work. Okay, so it didn't work. So I had to actually get one of these piglins out and get him trapped in a boat so I could start trading all the gold that I got from killing all the zombie piglins. Because what I need is I need quartz for comparators. I couldn't remember exactly why I was there, but yeah, quartz. I need quartz, and hopefully it won't take too long to get from some trades. And like, sure enough, it really didn't take that long at all. I can make a couple of observers. I just need 2. So, all right, done. Mission accomplished. Next. So there are 2 ways to get coral fans. Apparently, coral is supposed to drop from dead tropical fish, and I know right where a couple of those will spawn. It's in Mangrove Island. So I talked to Mangrove and asked if I could use their island because they have a little water area. They didn't respond yet, so I'm gonna sneak over there and do a little killy of some tropical fish and see if I can get a coral fan and get out of here. All right, so much killing later and no luck, but I do have one more option before I have to make the entire travel all the way to the warm ocean. I got a looting sword. I can get a looting book from a trade with Spruce for, yet again, more oak logs, which I did. I'm hoping that a looting 3 iron sword will give me the 1 single coral fan that I need. Oh, infinite time later, a stack and a half of dead tropical fish, no coral fan. I'm gonna have to travel. Boo! Okay, I'm bummed out, but it's okay because having a road that's built to the warm ocean can be good for the future too. And look, honestly, how can you be too disappointed when you check out the view? I mean, the frame of the ant farm looks so majestic from here. Yeah, I'm inspired. Yeah, I did get sidetracked. I still don't have that coral fan, and everything else is done. My giant machine is done. Again, shout out to Mollis Slime for showing me how to build this awesome thing. Mollis was an old Realm of Aston player. We've been playing together for years. So, the only thing I don't have is a coral fan for the TNT duper. Well, man, there's no really way getting around it. Now, I failed at getting one from fish, so I'm going to have to travel. Before I go, though, I got to make sure I have everything, and I got a 4 fix from Viking, a present from Viking. Ooh, I think I might know what this is, and surely enough, yes, it's a diamond pickaxe and a diamond axe. I need that diamond pickaxe because once I travel, I'm going to have to make an obsidian portal, and you need a diamond pickaxe to get the obsidian to take with you. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is fun. An efficiency 0 diamond pickaxe. Yeah, all right. Oh, I made the smallest coral farm ever, and yes, I got the fan. I'm making a few extras just in case. Yeah, hold up. Shears don't work? That's not good. Oh my goodness. Do I need silk touch for these? Oh, thank goodness. I actually have a Silk Touch pick with me. I would have lost my mind if I forgot, but somehow I remembered to grab the one Silk Touch pick we have. Oh, baby, that would have been disastrous. It's time for the great test. Oh, I really hope this works. I've never built anything like this before, and yeah, I'm just basically totally copying someone else's design, but oh, please work. Please work. I'm so nervous. TNT. Oh, does it work? It works. Yeah. Oh, baby, it works. The basalt's not moving. Okay, but it basically works. TNT duping. Yes. Words cannot express how happy I am at this machine working. I was really nervous, and now from this point on, we get free. Here's the things. Listen, here's the things we get. I'm so excited. We get free cobblestone as a result of that. Free smooth stone, free basalt, free deep slate, and free blackstone. All from this machine, completely free. All you gotta do is turn it on. Your inventory fills in about, I don't know, 10 seconds, maybe less. At this point, though, I have to make a decision because here's the thing. We now have basically all the main resources that we need to really expand. However, our infrastructure is getting to be problematic. We keep expanding this platform base out in all random directions, but it can't stay here forever because it's going to block the view of the ant farm. I think I need a place for all the infrastructure for our entire base, and yeah, I think it's got to be a build. I talked to Viking, and after a little bit of consulting, we've decided to build a tube that's going to house all of the infrastructure. It's going to be on the side of the ant farm. That way we can not block the view. There's going to be a pretty large tube. I think it's around 64 blocks in all directions, and it's going to be pretty long and expandable. So we can have all of our farms and stuff contained within the tube, and then the ant farm will be its own separate build. Now, listen, moving all of our stuff, it seems like a great idea in concept, but that means not only do we have to rebuild all the stuff that we currently have and probably expand it, but also, here's the painful part, we got to remove all the stuff that we had, which means all those little platforms that we had, yeah, they all got to go. They all got to go inside the tube. So I took down the mob farm, since we have a big community mob farm now, and everything else is starting to move. There is a lot to talk about. That was an absolutely massive night. Viking and I spent an entire night just absolutely tearing everything down and starting to move it all in the tube. You can see it's not all gone yet. There's no real point in moving the nether vine farm yet because we still need so much nether, and it's really big. So we're going to keep it there for now. Everything else is starting to get up here, and one of the ideas that we had was include the iron farm and add a villager trading hall up in the top. So the way you're going to get in between all these different places is going to be just winding pathways everywhere. And I just thought that'd be really cool. It'd be really cool to make the inside of it just a total maze of just so many different pathways. All the crops here are going to be for villager trading. Villagers are going to go on the outside of the crops, kind of like a central park area. I think it's going to look really, really cool. It's just going to take a really long time to build all of this. Now, on the other side of the farm and the villager trading area is going to be where our main storage is going to be. So I think we're going to have some sort of water elevators that go up there just for ease of moving. But yeah, it's going to be great. And I used up all of the dirt that we had just for the simple farm that we need for the villagers. But we actually need a lot of dirt for the ant farm too, just for the actual build. So here we go, back to spruce yet again. Oh, come on. Doesn't this look cool? So now we have this giant grassy area that we can maybe get some animals to breed. That'd be really cool. But additionally, we're going to have room for a ton of villagers. One of the things I'm going to really need is a villager breeder up here. We have a villager breeder on the server, but it's pretty far away. And unfortunately, it's much lower in height. And moving villagers up and down is pretty problematic. So yeah, villager stations right over here. It's going to be great. I'm really excited. The storage has got to move, and that's going to be a real pain because we have a bunch of chests full of stuff now. Oh, hey, look, free creeper farm, everybody. Oh, freaking creepers, man. I've kind of forgotten because we built everything on the lower slab. I kind of forgot how much I don't enjoy creepers. But I think enough time has passed working on the tube that we got to get back to the actual ant farm, and it's time to build the nether. Yeah, we're starting on the bottom because I don't want to be building in shadow. So we're going to be starting in the bottom and working up the entire height of the ant farm. Well, I'm totally out of netherrack. I thought we had so much saved up. We had several, like 3 maybe double chests. I thought that was going to be enough, but it's just not. It's not even close to enough. I'll show you the progress here. It's coming along, but yeah, I got to stay on harvesting this nether vine. So using free cam mode, you can kind of see the general design. We're going to have 4 different nether biomes. But yeah, we still need a lot of netherrack just to sort of fill this in. You see, the front side's pretty decent. The back side's not good at all. What we're going to need is a barrier in between the netherrack leading up to the deep slate to sort of mimic a real Minecraft world. Now, ideally, we would use bedrock. That, of course, is not possible in survival. So, I have an idea. You know, we have access to blackstone thanks to our basalt generator here, so maybe blackstone's the idea. Thanks to our just ridiculously fast machine, Blackstone's actually pretty fast. You just kind of got to stand in one spot and just craft. So I'm just going to use regular old Blackstone. I think it's going to be cool. Okay, it's a little hard to see from this angle, but I'm pretty sure it's going to work great. So you go from netherrack up to quote-unquote bedrock, which is our blackstone, up into deep slate. I think it really works pretty well here. The only concern is whenever we build the basalt delta, if the blackstone that we use there is going to sort of be weird, but I think it'll be okay. This thing is really challenging to build without elytra. I can't believe we're doing it without elytras, but we are. So one of the things that we got to make sure we do is have tons and tons of access ladders everywhere. Now, I'm going to build a spiral staircase in the mines because you're going to see that, but if you're not going to see it, I'm going to be sticking ladders through all of the support columns that go throughout the entire length of this ant farm build. It's just so challenging to show off this build sort of in first person. That's why I keep having to pop out to cinematics or replay mode just so you can see the whole thing. But, you know, it looks really good. It looks really good. It's just we are out of stone again, and, you know, we don't have any ways to smelt a lot of stone, so I'm just doing it with one furnace and a couple hoppers. Got to come up with a better way. But for now, the mines, it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty accurate. I just kind of realized after some like waiting for stone to smelt that we really just need a super smelter. We just need a pretty good one. Now that we have a lot of dripstone, lava is free. So we could potentially just, well, you know, do a real actual super smelter. But to do that, I need gold. And to do that, well, here we are back in the nether fighting the zombie piglin again. There's a super smelter design that I have built. If you've been following the single player world ever, I've built probably 4 different times in that same world, just in different kingdoms and stuff. I built the exact same one here. It's just a lava powered super smelter. And now we can just take all of the free cobblestone we get from our awesome machine, put it right in there and get smooth stone almost instantly. It is really satisfying to watch it go. Okay, well, I placed a whole bunch more stone. We're starting to get closer. I did sort of the backside. It looks the same as it did before, but the backside's filled in now. And the next thing right there is got to be the deep slate layer. So the way we're doing it is from 0 up to 32 is going to be deep slate. From 30 on up is going to be stone. I need a lot of deep slate. But honestly, while we're doing this, I think I need to spend some time on villagers because villagers can be working the whole time that I'm doing other stuff. So I built an area for a villager breeder and a villager infection zone. However, I wasn't aware of something and there's a problem. Let me tell you about the problem while I transport a couple villagers back. Luckily, at the mob farm, there is already sort of a community villager breeder, so I can snag a couple villagers there. The only reason why I'm making another one is just so I don't have to move all of them quite so far. It'll just be easier to have them in one place. The problem is, I wasn't aware that Minecraft changed in 1.20.2 where you can only cure and get one single discount from curing villagers. It stinks. That kind of ruins my whole plan to get a lot of glass and things that we need. But I mean, regardless, it's still really in Skyblock the only way to get certain things. So instead of being able to just sort of breed a couple villagers and exploit the discount, we're just going to have an absolute crap ton of villagers. And all right, that's just the way it's going to be. Another thing I need is I need one librarian villager so that I can get books so I can make more lecterns, basically. And to get one lectern, I actually need leather. And to get that, I'm going to have to make a trade with someone. So I did. I made a trade with Ruby from Cherry Kingdom for books, and now I can make bookcases. The only thing they asked for is a favor. Just one simple favor. They didn't say what the favor was. That's a little concerning. But yeah, they said a favor. I dropped off my banner to Ruby. Thanks, Ruby. And I am going to just hope that the favor is not that extreme. Oh, and I got my first villager. So again, all I want for this guy is bookcases because I can trade paper and get bookcases, then I can make more lecterns for future things. I don't know exactly what the villagers will trade, especially the librarian villagers, because I think we have those experimental villager features where you can only get certain books in certain biomes. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get every enchant. Regardless, though, right now we're just sort of compiling villagers. So I'm going to go ahead and infect these guys and cure them once. It's kind of a pain, and it sucks that you can't do it 10 times, but well, once is better than nothing, I guess. A massive villager grind later, and I'm up to 7 villagers. All of these guys, I think, have been cured. So I got some farmers, some librarians, and now our emerald factory is really, truly beginning. But, you know, I cured a bunch of farmer villagers here, and the more I keep thinking about it, the more I keep thinking it doesn't even make sense to even cure them once, to be honest. So if you cure them once, you save 6 carrots per trade, and you can trade, what, like 5 times, right? So that's 5 times 6, that's 30. That's half a stack of carrots per work reset every time you trade with your villagers if you go through all the trouble of curing them. Well, if you have a giant farm, really, truly, there's almost no difference. So I think I'm done curing villagers in this game. I'll just make more villagers and just have a couple more. It costs a little bit more materials, but as long as your materials are renewable, it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't make sense. The problem with villagers, though, among other problems, is it takes a long time for them to reset their trades. So after I do a round of trading, now I'm starting to make chips back and forth to bring all of our stuff over to our new storage area where we can get rid of that platform in the sky. A very short time later, and more villager breeding and all that kind of stuff, Viking moved all of our stuff, and we are now good. All of our items are moved up to our new storage area. Villagers are breeding like crazy. Things are good, which means I think it's time to get rid of our old island. All this stuff has got to go. Sorry, campfires. I'm not really even totally sure why you're there, but sorry. See you later. Base is gone. Oh, it feels great. Now, the next thing I gotta do, though, is I gotta get some pathways and move them sort of away from the ant farm. Right now, we have pathways that are running right into it, and that's gonna obstruct the view, and I want our view to be majestic. So these pathways have to be reorganized. I really, truly underestimated what a huge project moving these pathways, and you know what sucks is I'm moving this one the day after Viking just built it. He just built this nice diagonal pathway that looks really pretty, but it's got to go. It's got to go because it blocks the view. So unfortunately, but I'm going to make it look really nice and no one will even notice it was gone. It was different, right? No one will notice? A major grind and quite a few falls later, I removed all the pathways from the dead front of our ant farm and look at the view. Look how much better it is. You can actually see the entire thing from top to bottom, and that's really sort of where it's at. 320 blocks from top to bottom. I want to see all of those 320 blocks. I think I fell about 4 times. I think I fell 4 times, and each time I had to go and buy new diamond pickaxes and diamond axes to remove this stuff. But the pathways are now officially gone, and actually I went ahead and used oak leaves to make them look very beautiful. So yes, now you can see our full ant farm and a straight shot right into the tube, but that's even better. I want to get back into the ant farm now, though, and unfortunately, though, we're still out of netherrack. So yeah, I gotta keep harvesting that. It grows so fast. I just gotta stay on it. Because, you know, here's the thing. Not only do I need just netherrack for the nether, but I also want to build this nether fortress, and each of that takes 4 netherrack just to build. So, you know, it takes 4 vines to make 1 netherrack, and then 4 netherrack to make 1 brick block. Yes, it's expensive. It's going to look great. I'm really excited, but it's expensive. Oh my goodness, I fell again. I fell again into the void. Honestly, I'm so tired. So I'm making a potato super smelter here just up in our storage so we can just have food, because every time I fall, I lose a full stack of food. You might be saying, wow, Fix really must have died quite a bit. What do you think? How many times do you think I've died? Now, I want to say, I've died quite a few times. I'm going to show you my stats here in just a quick second, but before I do, I want you to guess a number that you think I have died. How many times I have fallen off to the void. I believe every single death has been falling off to the void. I don't think I've been killed by a monster or anything yet. However, just when I thought that I've died so much, I was complaining in chat the other day, and I said, guys, I've died so many times, this stinks. How many times have you died? Well, I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus here, but I will say that my total deaths of 19 deaths is a third of what some of the other folks have fallen. So I feel a little less bad now. I talked to Viking. I cannot figure out how to make lava lakes in a 3-block wide thing without every time I remove the cobblestone, the block updates and the lava pours out the side, and I don't want that. So Viking said, no problem, I got you fixed. I know how to do it. So he's going to do it. Hooray! Oh, yeah, another build done, working on the Basalt Delta. I don't know how to get the lava, like the big lava lakes done, but I do know how to make tiny little lava flows and stuff to make the Basalt Delta look just as dangerous as it actually is. And yeah, the nether is really starting to come together. I really, really like it. I think we're going to call this complete. The nether is basically done. Now, there are 2 biomes on the end that Viking has volunteered to do. So Viking's going to be doing the Crimson Forest and the Warp Forest himself. So I'm not going to touch those. I'm going to be moving to the overworld eventually. But I think right now I need to move on to another project just to sort of clear my mind. Moving up to the overworld portion of the end farm, I build a stronghold. Hey, looks okay, right? I mean, we can't build a stronghold portal, an end portal, unfortunately, because we don't have access to those blocks, but I think it kind of pulls off well. Once you fill in the stone around it, I think it'll really sell the deal. Definitely got to add some bookshelves to the library portion of the stronghold to really make that look like something we've all seen in Minecraft. And luckily, you know, we've access to bookcases now, so hooray. That's pretty cheap. And I think it just looks so good. 3-block wide stronghold. Who would have thought? The mines are basically done, but I got to get the mine shaft, or the cave underneath of it looking pretty good. And inside of this small cave, I want to have a couple of the big new caves from 1.18. I want to have a lush cave and a dripstone cave. A whole bunch of stone placing later. I think we're basically good. Now, the area over on the right, don't worry about that. That's going to be a trial chamber, but you can see the 2 main caves underneath the mountain. That's going to be our dripstone cave and our lush cave. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Done a whole bunch of building, but I think it's time to get back to some farming now. Again, bouncing back and forth just to keep my brain occupied. If I spend too much time on one exact little project, I start to go a little bit bonkers. So let's get back to the tube and see what we can get into. This is our oak farm, and unfortunately, I have to use it constantly because I need dirt constantly, and oak is the currency that spruce requires for dirt. I don't know what they're doing with all the oak, but boy, they want a lot of it. So in one of Viking's live streams, we made a deal with the Bamboo Kingdom, and the deal is they wanted basalt. Well, we have unlimited basalt, so we said, sure, in exchange, make us a frog light farm that you can use too, but I want frog lights. I want a lot of lights for the tube, and to get glowstone is really problematic with trading and stuff, so I think maybe frog lights are going to be the key, and hey, they made us a free frog light farm, so that's pretty cool. Seriously, this Froglight farm is absolutely amazing. I filled up my entire inventory in just a few minutes of sitting around. Awesome. Oh, frog lights in the tube are so perfect. So I'm starting to slap a roof on them. We're going to be using a lot of frog lights. Both Viking and I have decided to use shaders in the series, so it just makes all of those lights really, really pop. I am excited. Speaking of Viking, he's on a live stream right now. What's he doing over there? What's he doing? Bringing up all my hard work on the villagers? What you doing there, Viking? Minecraft cape? What you doing? And next, we're on to the Dripstone Cave. Yeah, I'm going to say straight up front here, I totally, vastly underestimated how much dripstone we're going to need for this Dripstone Cave. My goodness, not even close. I tried expanding our manual dripstone farm here just to be like longer. I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. We need so much. Maybe a manual dripstone farm isn't the way to go. I don't know. Well, let's try this and see how fast the dripstone gathers. And while I'm waiting for dripstone, I have to harvest yet again more oak because yet again I need dirt, and I need dirt this time for real. I know I've said this like 3 times, but I always use my dirt for other things. I need this for the ant farm for real this time, so I need a lot of oak logs. We're finally doing it. We're finally putting dirt underneath the moss. Now, we use moss because the ant farm is so big that having the full grass block just makes more sense, and also moss is cheap. So, yeah, I think it's going to look really great. You know, I was going up to do some trading. I thought I would do a little bit of math. Do you ever wonder how much difference Fortune 1 versus Fortune 2 makes in harvesting potatoes? If you don't know, Fortune does affect it. Well, here's how much. I actually figured it out. Fortune 1 makes only 41 less potatoes out of a 64 block harvest. So you end up getting, with Fortune 2, you get 41 potatoes. I'm going to go with it. Fortune 3 probably is more. So you get just over a stack more potatoes in a 64 block wide harvest. That's all right? I mean, I guess it's worth it. Luckily, at this point now, we have a gold farm. So with the gold farm, that means we have basically a gold farm and a quartz farm because we can do all the trading. So with all the quartz, I was able to build a lot of observers. And with those observers, I'm able to build an automated dripstone farm. Hooray. Now I can just AFK and finally get all the dripstone I need for this huge build. And I think with that, all the farms are done. The only farm that we still have hanging out in our old area is the Crimson Vine farm, the Nether Vine farm. And that is going to go soon, very soon, I think. Now that we have observers and pistons and stuff, we can actually build that. I went ahead and made a vine farm here. I don't know that we need this, at least not right away, but for the Lush Cave eventually for sure. Yeah, it didn't take long. I talked about it and then we made it. So I made a Crimson Vine farm now with pistons going all the way across. Every time one of these vines hits one of those observers, all the pistons fire. Should be okay. It's not huge, but I think we're basically done with the nether, but I just want to have a backup in case we need to add something else. You know, anytime you're building something just this absolutely epic and mega, you got to plan several steps ahead. And one of the steps ahead that I want to plan is for the mesa. The only way to get terracotta realistically is by trading from mason villagers. So I'm going to need more mason villagers to make these trades. I made 4 more. I think I might go another 2 on top of that, and just hoping that I get at least a couple either regular terracotta or orange terracotta. Either one. Orange can sell the mesa too, but then you gotta get the stripes. So I need a few other colors as well. You know, I know villagers are a lot better than they used to be. I know, but man, sometimes I just look at this dude, it's like, you take a job or I will absolutely drop you into the void. You have 4 seconds to take a job before I drop you in the void. 4, 3, 2. Okay, that dude was really lucky. Let's face it, he was just lucky. You know what I just realized? I just realized that masons can trade dripstone blocks. I didn't even know that. So all the time that I was expanding my dripstone farm to get more pointed dripstone and then converting them into blocks, that was time wasted because I could just trade all I want with these masons. Darn it. So all the dripstone, and you can't change it back. So all that pointed dripstone is just gone. The state of the dripstone cave is getting there. I wanted this one big central column, which actually hides a support ladder as well to get up to the top of the mountain. But unfortunately, I'm out again. So I got to AFK. I just got to wait again to finish the pointed dripstone. While I'm waiting for this, I can do a couple other things. Like one thing that we're going to need for the Lush Cave is clay, and a lot of clay. And luckily in Minecraft, you can make clay now, which is awesome, but it's pretty slow. And I don't really want to build a giant machine. So I'm just going to do a manual clay farm for now. Look, I'll try it this way, and if this doesn't work, then I'll end up building a machine maybe next episode. But at least for now, there's water under these slabs, and hopefully this will give us enough clay. Honestly, I don't even really know how much I need for this, so I'm just doing this. I don't have silk touch. Hopefully I'm getting 4 balls per. I think that'll work. There's basically one more thing I want to accomplish before I call this episode complete, and that's to put a little skim coat of deep slate down. Now, I just used regular cobbled deep slate because it's easy to get, but what I really need to do is I need to add in that smelted kind, like the kind that actually appears in the world, on the top, so you get that slightly different texture. It's a very subtle and small change, but I think it does make a difference. So after I complete that, I think we're gonna wrap this puppy up. Listen, if you made it to the end of the video, almost an hour long, I took a long break from YouTube. I'm glad to be back now. I'm ready to go. And if you're enjoying the series, boy, oh boy, I would really appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. It would help out me and the channel a lot. We'll see you in the next episode of Skyblock Kingdoms, where we complete the ant farm and work more on the tube. Bye, everybody.